Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tasha Rude. I am a creative artist and a wellness blogger for mental health and chronic pain. And before I get into anything, I just want to apologize because I've been a little bit MIA. I know that I said that I was going to be posting, I think, every other day or 3 times a week for Vlogmas, and it just did not work out that way due to a plethora of things, from just life, things I didn't expect that was going to happen, and also technical difficulties. I mean, I just got this new camera before Vlogmas started actually, and it just has not been working the way that it was supposed to be working, and also my software, and it was just, yeah, it was not a good story. But I'm getting a new camera soon, so hopefully that will work much better. I just wanted to get on here and do kind of like a coffee chat. Instead of coffee, I have my tea right here, and I wanted to talk to you guys about the holiday blues. You can tell from the title, this is a video about the holiday blues, and more so the COVID holiday blues. But before we get into any of that, please make sure that you're subscribed to my channel and that you are liking and commenting and pressing that bell so that you don't miss out on anything, because I have a lot in store for the new year, and I am just so excited for the new year to come upon us. But yeah, let's get into the video. I think I need to put some more hot water in that. Yeah. I'm gonna actually do that right now. I would take you guys with me, but I have you placed on my new tripod, and it was hard enough to get it on the first time. So actually, no, Okay, I'm back. I had to warm up my tea because I don't know why that water was not hot. I definitely boiled it, but maybe I just had it sitting for too long. But yeah, I wanted to just talk about the holiday blues because I more than anyone possibly understand how the holidays can get you down regardless of it being a COVID quarantine or not. I mean, personally, I do have a love-hate relationships with the holidays, but that's for another video. But I just want to touch on the 4 tips that I personally use and I'm going to use this year to cope with the holiday blues. So let's get into it. Perfect. It's not too hot, not too lukewarm. Okay, so the first step, in my opinion, to coping with the holiday blues is acceptance. Accept it. Because some people, I feel like they have not accepted it and they just been acting a fool. I'm just gonna be real. Look at the news, people are clubbing and just doing things, and honestly, acceptance is really key, because once we accept that this is our new normal, at least for now, then, you know, it just makes everything easier. Once you are able to accept that this is our new reality, then it makes it easier to be open to new possibilities. Because honestly, when we are in denial, we do things that aren't always the smartest. And again, people clubbing and just doing things, and which is why the numbers keep rising, in my opinion. Of course, there are other reasons as well, but I think that's one of the main reasons. But again, when we are into now, we do things like rebel. We get in our feelings because we don't want to face the reality. But once we do, it makes it so much easier to get on track. And it makes it easier to think of different possibilities and new traditions, because this is the time to create new traditions. This is my first holiday away from family, so I'm in here all by myself. I do have a roommate, of course, so I'm not completely alone, but I'm making new traditions. I am doing things differently than I've ever done them before. Some ways that you can do new things is, you know, having a Skype or a Zoom Christmas dinner, leaving treats and dropping them off at your family's places. I do remember that my grandmother, she actually just went to my mom's house and just dropped off her birthday card for her and then just went on her merry way because she didn't want to, you know, risk it or whatever. But she's been really good about just being safe, and she's been really, what's the word? Very strong and comfortable because she's alone now. My grandfather just passed away in July, and then my grandmother has never been alone in her entire life, and now she is, and she is continuing to do the things that she needs to do. And I just look up to her and I admire her so much for being so brave and strong, courageous. And there are just new ways of us being together. But again, I'm sorry, I just went on a whole tangent, but that's what happens when we do coffee chat, right? But again, acceptance is the first key, because once we accept our reality, we are able to start brainstorming different ideas of how we can make this holiday as comfortable and joyous as possible. Plenty of rest and sleep, and just make sure that you are regulating your sleeping patterns. With so much time in our hands, it's so easy to stay up all day or not get up at a certain time, but it's so important to have a schedule. I'm guilty of not having a schedule sometimes, and the days that I don't, it really does affect my mood. It does affect my, it affects the way that I eat, it affects the way that I work, it affects everything about me. And one of the keys for a healthy mood is to make sure you get enough sleep, because your body is actually recharging. This is the time your body is recharging and healing itself. So we have to remember to get enough sleep as possible. Earlier, when COVID first started, I was suffering from really bad insomnia. There would be times when I probably wouldn't go to sleep until 4 a.m. And it wasn't like I was anxious or anything, or I didn't think I was anxious. But now that I think about it, I probably was anxious. But I would just stay up, just doing random stuff, or working on things, or it would feel like my creativity wouldn't get going until midnight. And then I would get like, okay, now it's time for me to start working on this project that I hadn't thought about in weeks or months or years. But once I started to try to set a definite sleep schedule where I wake up at this time and I go to bed at this time, my body did start to regulate. I also had to get some medication from my doctor, which helps, but at the same time, it helped me go to sleep. But then I never wanted to wake up. When I woke up, I was just exhausted. It was terrible. But I got some good sleep. But I do suggest, for a more gentle method, melatonin is really good, because that's what your body is missing, the melatonin. So over-the-counter melatonin is really gentle and will just get you feeling a little sleepy and it'll let you wake up feeling really rested without feeling groggy and drowsy. Now though, I don't take any of that medication anymore. I sleep fine. I can go to sleep when I want to go to sleep. I can wake up when I want to wake up. There are days every once in a while when I still do, wake up in the middle of the night and then just stay awake. I mean, just the other day, I woke up around 2 a.m. and went the whole day. I was just, going, ripping and running. But sleeping is a really important part of emotional and mental well-being. So, regulate your sleep cycle. My next point, setting healthy boundaries. It's so important to set healthy boundaries. I myself, I am just getting more and more into setting healthy boundaries and stating no. I've always hated saying no, or I've always felt guilty for saying no to things, and I'm at this point where no. I would say no all day long and not feel bad about it, because when you are saying no in order to protect your peace, in order to protect your health, mental and physical well-being, there's nothing to feel bad about. And especially during this holiday, people are going to want to, like I said, break the rules, or they're just going to want you to do different things. I mean, regardless of COVID, the holidays can be a really stressful time, and being able to set these healthy boundaries and say no to things that are overwhelming or just aren't things that you want to do or can do will make you feel much better emotionally. So that is another tip: set healthy boundaries. And there are ways to say things without starting an argument. There are ways to say no in a positive way. Yes, you can say no in a positive way. You can say no in a way that gets your point across without ruffling any feathers. But setting healthy boundaries just to make sure that you are good is so important, because you are the love of your life. You are the most important person in your life. So, yes, so we are going to accept our reality. We are going to get the sleep we need. And we are going to set healthy boundaries. So my last and final and most definitely not least tip for coping with the holidays is to build a support system and use it. Because it's one thing to say you're going to build a support system. It's one thing to build a support system, but it's another thing to actually use it. Regardless whether or not you are in a quarantine pandemic, it's always good to have a core group of people that you can lean on, you can count on, that you can come to when things are just feeling too heavy, when you need life advice or you just need someone to hold you up. It's so important to have a support group. I actually remember going through a hard time in my life, and I was in counseling, and she asked me, would you have a support group? And I said, I have people that I can lean on, but I don't use it. And that just dawned on me, well then, what's the point of having one if you don't use it, right? So I really do want to stress the fact that it's so important to have that support group and then actually use it. During this time, during the holidays, it can get really, really lonely. It can get really, really confusing and stressful and anxious. So it's so important to actually reach out to these people to actually hold on to them at a distance, of course. Virtually hold on to them. But it's so important to have someone there for you. If there's one thing that I learned through the pandemic is that going it alone is not the way to go. So please remember to build your support system and use it when you actually do need to use it. Again, we weren't on this earth to be alone, right? I mean, if we were, I would have made Adam for Eve or Eve for Adam, you know? So I just wanted to put that out there. Okay guys, thank you so much for sticking with me this far and watching this video and supporting me. I really do appreciate all the love and support, and I apologize again for being so MIA, but I have some goodness, some good stuff coming to you, so just hold on to your seats. We got some good stuff coming in store in 2021, and I'm so excited for the brand new year. And just keep your head up and remember that you are not in this alone. You know, I have my good days, I have my bad days. Yeah, I mean, just remember we are all going through changes right now, and even if people aren't showing the negativities that they are feeling inside, don't think that they aren't going through it. So again, talk about it, because when you talk about things, it's easier to heal. So thank you for stopping by with me and chatting with me. Please remember to like this video and subscribe, and I will see you next time.